Hi once again, everyone, and welcome to TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. We are in a district championship game heading off to Willard High School with Margaretta taking on the South Central Trojans out of the Firelands Conference. And a nice early look at the gym before doors were even open and fans were allowed in. And Margaretta at 21-3 on the year, South Central at 18-7. Willard High School, always a great host for tournament action, and we've got two teams that are going after district championships that have whole different scenarios here, as South Central has been there quite often. In fact, won a district championship just a couple of years ago in 2019, as you look at Charlie Fry, a graduate, of course, of Willard High School. Margaretta not having won a district championship since 1932. And add it up, that's 90 years ago, folks. Your pregame is brought to you by Noble Axes, axe throwing in downtown Sandusky. 90 years as you look at Rod Smith, the principal of Margaretta High School, along with the Margaretta Green Hats. Make sure the popcorn's on early because they need that. They need their front row seats wherever they head. 90 years. We're looking around the gym as... wasn't looking around right there, just kind of staring down. But looking around the gym, I really didn't see anybody that was even like 90 years old. So there's really nobody in the gym, or very few anyway, if there was, that remember the last time Margaretta won a district championship. Steve Keller, the leader of the Polar Bears, anxious to see if his team can't pull this one off and head to the regionals for the first time in since like forever. These two teams played during the regular season, and Margaretta was a 69-51 winner. But as we've seen in numerous cases around the tournament trail, you just don't know what's going to happen once the tournament starts. It's a new season. Everybody's got a brand new start. Joe Cheek knows that. He's seen it countless times through the years where you have just got to be ready to go against whoever you play. And the further you go into the tournaments, the tougher things get. Your Fan of the Week is up next, and it's brought to you by Snow Trails Winter Resort in Mansfield.
District title season, you know what it is.
We're ready.
Yes, sir. This is our time. District title stuff. Oh, by 40.
75.
By 40.
I'm leaving it up to those three to decide who the Fan of the Week is. For now, we'll call them the Fans of the Week for Snow Trails Winter Resort, located in Mansfield. Well, everybody's cheery before the game starts. Hopefully it's going to be that way afterwards, because the winner advances on to the regional semifinals in Canton against Richmond Heights, who is a very tall basketball team. But I don't know. We've seen hearts grow awfully big in this tournament trail as well, and you just never know until you turn them loose what can happen. We'll look at the mural on the wall at Willard. The lightning bolts crashing through the wall as the Flashes host this district tournament final between Margaretta and South Central. Well, it must be a blackout, right? Everybody dressed in black, and everybody got the message, because they are ready to support the Polar Bears in their trek for a district championship. So Margaretta looking for win number 22 on the season. Away we go. It's district semifinal action, and it's coming up next on North Coast Game. Well, a scenic look, summertime look at Bayview, Ohio, as we get our first quarter, which is sponsored by Old Fish House in Huron, with knickknacks, snacks, and lots of BS facts to go around for everybody. The Old Fish House in Huron. First quarter, Margaretta and South Central ready to duke it out for a district championship. Yep, let's hope that OK sign keeps throughout the night as Jake Leibacher controls the opening tip to Cameron Sosa. And away we go with our first possession of the ball game. Margaretta, the bottom team listed on the bracket sheet, so they would be the visitors. And as always, the top line goes to the home team, and that would be South Central in this one. Well, man of opportunity, Jake Leibacher right off the bat with the first 2 points of the ball game. As we take another look for Matthews Ford. Off the save. This is what you don't do, is you don't save the ball under your opponent's offensive basket. You're not supposed to anyway, and that's the reason why. If you're going to save it, you pitch it way out front or you pitch it to the corners, but don't put it under the basket. Leibacher takes advantage. Hayden Wiley at work on the defensive glass. They got Margaretta the basketball back. There's a kick out to Nathan Schaefer, who is going to set a tone with that shot right there and giving Margaretta a 5-0 lead. Great look at the kick out pass. This is what the penetration does. Take the ball in the lane, attract the defense, leaves people open outside. That time it was Nathan Schaefer. Defense at work, and there's your defense turning into offense. How Jake Leibacher gets that to go is anybody's guess, but he does, and he gets a free throw to boot. 7-0 lead in the first minute, 8 seconds of the ball game. Great start for Margaretta? Absolutely. You would rather be protecting a lead than fighting from behind on the tournament trail. The longer you're behind in the tournaments, the tighter that noose gets as you try and survive. South Central, though, pretty dang good shooting ball club, is Isaac Blair right there, who averages 17.5 per ball game, will indicate as he knocks down that first basket of the ball game for South Central. Polar Bears back at work after Blair makes this a 5-point ball game. The thing that's interesting, and you'll note as we go throughout this game, now Margaretta will go a couple of deep into the bench. South Central doesn't use their bench, period. These 5 guys are going to go the whole way until we have some foul issues late in the game. But they only took 1 kid off the bench, so they played 6 all night, which can be very, very demanding, to say the least. Margaretta's defense once again. Jake Leibacher back to the free throw line for the Bears. And this time, Jake's not going to miss. 2 out of 2 at the line, and the Polar Bears are off to a 9-2 lead early in this contest. That man again, Isaac Blair. So 25 in the district semifinal. That's what Margaretta will do sometimes that can be used against them. You get the defense off their feet, and then that opens up penetration lanes. Because once you're off your feet, as every coach will tell you, you no longer have any control over your body. And that allows, for a ball fake anyway, it allows your opponent to just blow right by you. Cameron Sosa giving Margaretta another 7-point lead at 11-4. This is our Sandusky Bay Pancake House pancake play of the game. Sosa, this time on the dribble penetration, gets that stop and fadeaway jumper. Circling the rim and falling down. Nice touch by Sosa, and an 11-4 Margaretta lead. Can usually tell the coaches' sons. They've got great ball instincts, usually pretty good shooters, and right there, Sam Seidel, the coach's son, running out of options, so creates, forces up an off-balance jump shot and draws the personal foul, and will head to the line and knock down a pair for the Trojans to make this a 5-point game at 11-6. Nice look in the paint to Palomo. Couldn't get the finish. And Sam Seidel on the rebound for the Trojans. Margaretta basketball with a 5-point lead on our Civista Bank scoreboard here in the first quarter. Am Sosa, nice baseline drive. And that lay-in for another 7-point lead at 13-6. Which again, this kick out to the corner, and Sosa got a step on his defender, so why not? Late help, easy 2 for Sosa, and the Polar Bears lead 13-6. Isaac Blair just totally packed that time by Wiley. Ball comes right back down, and this is a great shot for bringing the heat for Gunlock Sheet Metal Works Incorporated. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and refrigeration since 1889. Watch Wiley. Pack. Ball goes right off of Blair and out of bounds. Jake Lagebacher there to offer a helping hand to the official just in case he needed it, but I think he was okay. That's Bringing the Heat, brought to you by Gunlock Sheet Metal Works Incorporated on Columbus Avenue in Sandusky. So the Bears with their largest lead of the first quarter at 7 right now. Going to work at the offensive end. Ben Palomo going to work down low on the feed from Hayden Wiley. Polar Bears spreading it around early, and now their largest lead of 9 points at 15-6. You see right there, Palomo doing a nice job of posting up, getting his position on the baseline, and Wiley fed him a perfect pass for the easy lay-in. Isaac Blair answering with a 3. And our Civista Bank scoreboard shows they're back to within 6 until Hayden Wiley makes it an 8-point ball game. And now we're just going to run up and down the floor, put the ball in the basket. Another look for Matthews Ford shows the nice feed from outside from Schaefer. And Wiley with a good touch off the glass. But it doesn't take long for that man again, Isaac Blair. Tell me you practice those shots every day. Trojans back to within 6 at 17-11 as the Polar Bears have their once 9-point lead cut to 6 on the North Coast Game of the Week. Special thanks going out to the following businesses for their support.
This is Signs of Good Business. Keep it local. Brady Signs. Toft, Funeral Home and Crematory. Stephen J. Toft, owner. S&H Blinds and Floors. Wendy's. The Crimus Company, Asphalt, Concrete, and Excavation. Pizza House West.
Margaretta's lead now at 6 at 17-11. Gage Bodie right there off the bench for Margaretta, wearing number 1. South Central with the basketball back. That's Sam Seidel. Margaretta's defense making South Central being very patient on this possession. Get the kick out to Haller. Caden Haller is a 5'9" senior. His first of 3 threes on the ball game. And now we've got a 3-point game at 17-14. kick out to Sosa. Leibacher with the big rebound, and all the attention on Jake leaves Schaefer open for that. Second three of the first quarter for Nathan Schaefer, and the Bears are back up by 6 once again. Look at 3 people down low. There's going to be somebody open, and there he is. Blair a little bit too late to get there, and Schaefer drains the second 3 of the first quarter. Ben Palomo doing the job on the glass for Margaretta. A lot of times when you get into this last minute of play, Margaretta will open up the floor and work clock and go for the final shot of the quarter. Or if something opens up where they get a layup in the meantime, why not? You're going to get an easy bunny. You'll read the defense a lot when you're in a scenario like this. If you find an opening where you can take it to the basket, you'll do it, like Schaefer attempts right there. Leibacher with a final shot off at the buzzer, and we end the first quarter with Margaretta holding the lead by 6, 20-14. Second 8 minutes coming up next. Well, we had some 65, 70-degree days last week, so why not? It just kind of gets you right back in the mood again. Second quarter coming up next, and it's brought to you by Cameo Pizza in Sandusky and lots of other locations as well. Some of the great pizza in town, and back into the wintertime gymnasium. There's your Civista Bank scoreboard. It shows the Polar Bears holding a 6-point lead after one. Margaretta has led the whole way after scoring the first 7 points. South Central has been chasing the whole time. Sam Seidel with that pull-up jump shot. And it gets the Trojans back to within 4. Colson Beal wearing number 10 in off the bench for Margaretta to start the second quarter. When we get a reaching foul, Sam Seidel doesn't like it, and you'll find out why as this game goes along. Schaefer again. Perfect. Schaefer builds the Margaretta lead to 7 at 23-16. Again, Caden Haller with another 3 answers it right back, and it's a 4-point game again at 23-19. Schaefer now 2 out of 3 from behind the arc. And South Central, unforced turnover. Ball comes back over to Margaretta. Hey, Steve Keller, you can see him in the background, always working his team. Jake Leibacher. See Wiley posting up. That didn't work, so he kicks off to the corner instead. Always have to be wary when Leibacher gets the basketball. And boy, that's just a nice feed right there from Cam Sosa. Have to be aware of Jake without the basketball too, which makes this team so hard to defend. Look at Sosa. Defender with his back to him. Leibacher makes that nice backdoor cut, and that's an easy 2 to give Margaretta a 6-point advantage again at 25-19. Caden Haller does it again. It's a 3-point game at 25-22. This is why the tournaments are so different. You can beat a team by as many as you want to during the regular season, but you have to be wary of the tournaments. Nathan Schaefer answers back for Margaretta as we take another look for Matthews Ford. This is the only 2-point basket on the night for Schaefer. Five-point Margaretta lead. That's Sam Seidel, who's a very important part of that South Central offense. Isaac Blair, rebounded by Wiley. Again, when Leibacher starts to penetrate, you pay attention to him. Even Wiley was shaking his head at that one. Watch this ball just kind of die on the back of the iron. That doesn't normally happen. Back of the iron, it just kind of falls through. Normally hits the back of the rim, it's going to bound way out, and you can see Hayden go, well, I'll take it. 3-point opportunity now for Isaac Blair, which will get South Central back to within 5 again at 30-25. See, Evan Miller just gave that ball to Leibacher in the paint. Evan, off the bench, played a key role in the Margaretta tournament run after playing predominantly JV schedule during the season. There he is right there wearing number 40. He can dial it up from distance. That time getting good offensive position on Brandon Mitchell, who picks up the personal foul. Well, there's again a great example of what that dribble penetration will do. Schaefer didn't hit it that time, but you can see the defense collapsing on Leibacher and it leaving somebody wide open. Kind of been one of those stretches here where when Isaac Blair scored at the 4:33 mark, this game goes 3 minutes and 11 seconds before anybody would score again from either team. Cameron Sosa on the save for the Bears. Sosa with that quick cross-court pass. Finally, it's Sosa who looks like he's open for three. A great hustling defense by South Central. Catches up to knock the opportunity away. And a chance to cut into that 5-point lead even more. This is a tremendous group of supporters from Margaretta High School. Who follow their team anywhere and everywhere. They did the same with the girls. Thanks to the following businesses for supporting the Game of the Week. They are Matthews Ford, Toft's Funeral Home and Crematory, Hermes Parker Concrete, Noble Axes, Payne Nichols and Company, Sandusky Steel and Supply, Steinem and Hafner Insurance, Hovey Career Center, Groff Funeral Homes and Crematory, Cameo Pizza, is the story on your Civista Bank scoreboard. A 30-25 Margaretta lead. Coming down to the final couple minutes of play here in quarter number 2. District finals at Willard High School in the Robert Haas Gymnasium. Sosa rebounded by Evan Miller and tied up by Sam Seidel. And the possession arrow would keep the ball with Margaretta. Look at Schaefer just creeped out along that baseline into the wide open, and Evan Miller found him. There's Schaefer down low around, actually what amounted to a little screen by Palomo. A good job of shielding off that corner for Schaefer. Miller on the assist, and Margaretta has an 8-point lead again at 33-25. Sam Seidel. Told you before how important he is to this offense. Blair's the leading scorer, but Seidel can do so many things. Setting your offense, penetrating, knocking down jump shots. It has South Central back to within 6 points again, as the Polar Bears will get whistled for over and back and turn it back over to the Trojans. To the clock in the background winding down to the final half minute of play in the first half, with Margaretta leading by 6. Great defense by Margaretta, resulting in a South Central foul, trying to get the ball back again. And Margaretta gets the final opportunity here in the first half. Again, Margaretta scored the first 7 points of this game. South Central has been chasing ever since. Got it back down to within 3 at one point. Went that backdoor alley-oop to Leibacher to close out the half unsuccessfully. Each team scoring 13 in the second quarter. So it's a 6-point game at halftime. Margaretta with the lead at 33-27. That's awfully tempting looking, isn't it? Nice summertime stuff. Marketplace at the Cooks had to bring you our third quarter from Willard High School in the Robert Haas Gymnasium. Our Civista Bank scoreboard telling the story as our second half begins. Margaretta holding a 6-point lead that is quickly chopped to 4 by Isaac Blair. And it's a 33-29 Margaretta lead. Both teams back to their starting fives for the second half, from what they started at the beginning of the game. Ben knew it as soon as the whistle blew. That darn didn't get that dribble down fast enough. That's Seidel out front against the tough defense of Leibacher. Brandon Mitchell against Hayden Wiley. And Margaretta's defense making South Central work awfully hard at this one. Seidel getting fouled there by Leibacher. And it's almost one of those deals where if you're not in foul trouble, make them earn it at the free throw line. Seidel does it the hard way, and South Central back to within 2 at 33-31. None of these tournament wins come easily. Not when you get to this level. Leibacher showing you what he can do and getting to the rack. Normally he'll finish those. That one did not. And now South Central has a chance to cut into that lead once again. See a little bit of frustration mounting with the Polar Bears. Matthews Ford taking a second look at the defensive scenario. Nathan Schaefer's like, about time you made that call. Brett Seidel, the South Central coach in the background, not real thrilled with the call. It looked like there could have been a whistle there. Nothing called. And South Central with a chance to get even or take the lead for the first time. Seidel couldn't get it down. Leibacher will go to the line for two opportunities right here to try and build on that Margaretta 2-point lead. Tell by the look on Jake's face that first one didn't do what he wanted it to, but the second one did. So it's a 3-point Polar Bear lead, 34-31. Look at Brandon Mitchell from the corner. A baseline against Wiley for his only basket of the ball game. Got a couple of free throws. He gave him 4 points for the night, but the timeout as South Central closes to within one. Nice look by Mitchell along the baseline, and here's what Coach Seidel saves his timeouts for, because he doesn't use a lot of players off the bench. Every so often you just take that timeout to give the team a break. Hey, you're back to within one. We fought to get this far. Don't have any mental lapses.
Signs of good business. Keep it local. Crush Wine Bar. Noble Axes, axe throwing. Dockside Cafe. And Pier Pub Bar and Grill.
So many times when you have fought back the whole game and you're now right at the crest of the hilltop, you have that little letdown kind of back in your subconscious that just, okay, we've got there, and then all of a sudden let down for a second and the other team just takes off again. You kind of get just a little bit mentally tougher when you get to that stage of the game. And now South Central the chance to take their first lead of the game if they would score on this possession. Here's the guy they want with the ball to shoot, but Blair couldn't get the touch. Well, the Polar Bears try and take advantage and create a little distance once again after the Trojans close this thing down to one. There's Cameron Sosa making it happen at the offensive end for the Bears. Heads to the free throw line and will knock down a pair to get the Polar Bears back up by 3 at 36-33. Margaretta's a pretty good free throw shooting ball club, right around 71% on the year. Seidel coming up a little bit on the gimpy side. Try and walk that off because there's no way that Dad wants to take the son out right here. Well, that was out of bounds simply because Hagan Adams had stepped out, then come back in before he saved it, but didn't reestablish himself back in bounds before the save. So the ball goes back to Margaretta. Then Palomo rebounded by Leibacher, and the foul called on South Central. That means Margaretta gets a chance to inbound again. Schaefer getting it started to Leibacher. And Jake will get that little mid-range jumper to fall, and it's a 5-point Margaretta lead again at 38-33. So take a second look for Matthews Ford. Hagan Adams goes for it, doesn't get it, which opens Leibacher up for that nice move. You get that jump shot to fall, and the Polar Bear lead is back at 5 at 38-33. Sam Seidel is a 5'11 senior. Didn't score a ton of points in this game, but you can see he can score some key points, and he gets that one to fall, absorbs the contact, and still gets the basket. And now we'll head to the free throw line. You can see what a role he plays on offense on this basketball team. Assisting, directing the offense, and here absorbing that contact and still getting the basket. Gage Bodie's like, oh man, now I give him a shot at a three-pointer, which Seidel's not going to miss very often. He's an 83% free throw shooter on the year. So it's back to 2 points again at 38-36. That's a shot you're going to see Gage Bodie convert on a lot in the next couple of years, and that is a guarantee, folks. Thanks to the following businesses for supporting the North Coast Game of the Week. J Bistro in downtown Sandusky. Gnome's Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. Good Time Lake Erie Cruises. Cook Aluminum. BGSU Firelands College. Groff Funeral Homes and Crematory. Ehovie Career Center. Cameo Pizza. Some concern on the Margaretta bench. This one, a tight one in the third quarter of play with 2 minutes to go. Margaretta holding a 2-point lead at this point in time. So you can see Bodie kind of start to pump for that three. And Cam Sosa drawing the personal foul. 2 opportunities at the line. The 6'1 junior knocks the second one down for a 3-point Margaretta lead at 39-38. At 39-36. That would add up to 3, I think. Caden Haller. Two free throws for Haller. It is a 1-point game again at 39-38 as the Trojans just kind of keep hanging around. A lot of teams have worked this little weave out front this year, and what you do is get the defense moving and, again, creating lanes in which to penetrate. Bodie drawing a foul right there. Give possession back to the Bears. Here comes Jake, doing what Leibacher does. Great nose for the basket. Again, absorbing contact. This is your Red Zone replay brought to you by Restore Pro, disaster cleanup and restoration. Good hard work down underneath the basket. You're thinking Blair is going to stop that or make him shoot free throws, but Jake fights through it and still gets the basket to fall and will get a free throw out of the deal as well to make it a three-point play the old-time way, and it's a 4-point lead for Margaretta at 42-38. And Palomo doing the work on the defensive end. Sosa couldn't get the floater, but look what I found. Found Schaefer. And just like that, it's a 7-point lead once again. Sosa, good job of not giving up on the play, getting the rebound, ripping it away, and then finding the open man out front. Nathan Schaefer drains another three. That's one of his 6 on the night. And this is the thing about Margaretta. You never know who's going to be that extra player that steps up and knocks it down. It's going to be somebody different every night. For South Central, you know it's always going to be Isaac Blair, as he gets the Trojans back to within 5. Time winding down in the quarter. Schaefer with a long three, short off the iron. 13-12, South Central wins the third. Margaretta still with a 5-point lead, heading into our fourth and final quarter on TW Teleproductions. North Coast Game of the Week, the climax, is coming up next. There's a great look at the old Bay Bridge in Bayview. Precision Body and Frame, ready to bring you our fourth and final quarter of our North Coast Game of the Week, with Margaretta holding a 5-point lead on our Civista Bank scoreboard, 45-40, as this fourth quarter gets ready to roll from Willard High School. Well, I tell you what, tournament basketball, folks, there is nothing like it. And now with 2 regional teams this week in both Huron and Margaretta that made it on to regional finals, the regional semifinals anyway, by winning their district championships. I don't ever recall a year where we've had 2 of our locals in the regionals in the same year. Isaac Blair, rebounded by Brandon Mitchell. A foul on the floor will keep the ball at the South Central end. Ben Palomo on the rebound. And here's Leibacher. And one. This is your Facebook play of the game, which is brought to you by Civista Bank. South Central with the ball. And Ben Palomo starting it the other way off that defensive glass. The quick outlet pass to Schaefer, and he's going to find Leibacher on his way to the basket. Did you see what he did to me? Leibacher to get a chance at a 3-point play on our Facebook play of the game, brought to you by Civista Bank, as Leibacher tries to make it an 8-point contest here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Stays at 7, 47-40. The Polar Bear fans in the background with a familiar "Let's Go Bears" chant. All going to stay with South Central on the ricochet. Seidel again drawing the contact and off to the free throw line for a pair. Here's a young man that's almost a lock at the line with 83% on the year. Knocking the first one down. Second one just a little bit too strong, and now Margaretta goes back to work. The 6-point lead, and Leibacher with that pull-up jumper. Bank is open for an 8-point lead. They all count no matter how they go in. Nathan Schaefer. Great work on the defensive end. There's the story on our Civista Bank scoreboard. An 8-point lead at 49-41. And Schaefer again. It's a huge dagger that sends the Polar Bears out to an 11-point lead. First time all night they've had a double-digit advantage. Huge basket for Schaefer. 52-41. But you know what? South Central is a team that, call them the Timex team. They take a licking and keep on ticking because they're going to keep on coming back for more. Looking good right now with the 11-point lead. Comes that man again, Caden Haller. Answers with a 3, and it's an 8-point ball game again at 52-44. That's where you credit South Central for only really playing with basically 5 kids all night long. Aaron Haller's in there right now because Sam Seidel is on the bench with 4 personal fouls. And you can see at the beginning of this quarter how much they miss him at both ends of the floor. And here's Leibacher taking matters into his own hands and getting the Polar Bears a double-digit lead again. So he beats his defender out front. Then he's got the other 4 to contend with. No problem. Leibacher so explosive on that drive to the basket. And the Bears now lead at 54-44. Rebound by Palomo on the outlet for Leibacher. And there he goes again. Now, how you do that stuff, how do you practice getting hit, falling to the floor, and still making a shot? Folks, that just comes from playing a whole lot of basketball and having a supreme amount of confidence. There's that explosive crossover, takes the bump, gets knocked off balance, and still kisses it in off the glass with a chance at a 3-point play. We are going to miss watching this kid next year, but for right now, we're enjoying all the time on the floor that he's putting out there this year. And this free throw would be for a 3-point lead, but not before the Polar Bears call a timeout to talk things over. Jake at the line. Polar Bears with their largest margin in front, now at 13 points. Isaac Blair won't let this team go away. 57-46. Trojans back to within 11. And still plenty of time to go in the game. We're only halfway through the fourth quarter. Schaefer shot a little bit too strong over the back. And now it comes off to Seidel. Well, that backdoor feed again to Blair. You can tell these kids have played a lot of ball together. They're on the same page, and they're now back to within 9 points again at 57-48. Steve Keller wanting to address the backdoor cuts to make sure that they see them coming and don't give up too many more easy baskets in this one. Really want them creeping any closer than they are right now. Turnover on Margaretta will keep the Trojans' hopes alive. Let's rewind this and take another look for Matthews Ford. All right, by Leibacher, not out of bounds. The question was, who did it touch last? Jake thinking, hey, that touched those guys. Either way, South Central with the possession back once again. It's Hagan Adams missing on a couple of free throws, keeping the Polar Bears lead out at 9. Every possession at this point of the game so critical for South Central because they can't waste any opportunities to score. Look at Leibacher just swiping that rebound away and then scoring. You know, if South Central hangs on to that rebound and they score, it's a 7-point game. But watch this rebound by Adams. It's there, it's gone. Leibacher takes it away, and instead of a chance to make it a 7-point game, Leibacher turns it into an 11-point game. That's a 4-point swing because of that great defensive presence by Leibacher. And then on the other end, again, swatting a shot down. The free throws to make it a 59-50 ball game. Polar Bears can afford to take a little bit of time off the clock right now. 9-point lead coming down to the final 2 minutes of the ball game. South Central starting to play defense out of sheer desperation right now. Leibacher makes it hurt again, building that lead to 11 at 61-50. Doesn't make any difference. You can put as many people on him as you want to. He will find a way to get to the basket. Uncanny. It's willpower, it's talent, it's determination. Roll them all into one. And you got Jake Leibacher. That man, Isaac Blair, strikes again for South Central. It's 61-52. Timeout by the Trojans. Margaretta's offense back at work. And adverse to winding that clock right here until there's a turnover, and then Hagan Adams makes it a 7-point game with 1:22 left to play. South Central doing, though, what they have to do at this point, and that's stop the clock. The last guy you want at the free throw line in a clutch situation if you're South Central, though, is Jake Leibacher. As Jake will knock them both down and put Margaretta's lead back up to 9 at 63-54. Well, Blair's miss, rebounded by Bodie. And now Margaretta can start to salt this thing away. Well, somebody missed Leibacher badly, and that is the crowning blow. You got all of this patience, and of course, when South Central has to gamble after the basketball, sometimes you lose people in transition. And here's Schaefer saying, wow, look at that. It's Palomo that makes the find, and Leibacher's all alone. You'll take those two if they're going to give them to you. And that's an 11-point lead. And what no Margaretta team has accomplished in 90 years is about to unfold before your very eyes. A whole generation's worth of basketball teams have come through, but nobody has accomplished what Margaretta is about to right here. And now realization starts to set in for South Central, and they're just going to let it go. And you can see the game's still going on. The game clock's still on, but the Polar Bears victory celebration has begun. And very fittingly, the South Central fans saluting their ball club as well. Since 1932, folks. I'm not going to ask what you were doing in 32, because I know you weren't around, but what was your family doing in 1932? You should see the sheer pleasure of a district championship written all over these faces. The guys dressed in green. And you know, with the talent coming back, you hope there's going to be many more of these in the future. But this is the first one since 1932, and no one will forget the long drought that ended with this basketball team. All smiles on the Polar Bear bench. Sometimes it's a wonderment, is this real? Polar Bears receiving their post-game plaudits, and of course everybody saluting the South Central Trojans as well. But now it is Margaretta's turn to receive their awards from Athletic Director Drew Grawl and Northwest District Athletic Board member Jeff Palmer, who is also the principal at St. Mary's Central Catholic High School. And there's Steve Keller getting his individual award as well. Well deserved for a guy who has had a team fight through adversity and kept them always pointed in the right direction. The district champions, Margaretta Polar Bears. Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? Next stop, Canton for the Bears as they take on Richmond Heights.
Best team.
Good luck, Polar Bears. Good luck, Huron Tigers. Both regional teams and high school basketball for 2022. Hope to see you next week with more on TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week.